Hi. So I am going to make this video. I'm sure, well, I would say I'm sure it will get some negative remark. I mean, you can't say anything without offending somebody, especially if it's from like a spiritual perspective. I feel like most of the people that actually watch my videos probably already unfollowed a long time ago if they didn't think on some kind of similar mindset. I feel very guided and like I'm just supposed to put this out there, so I'm just gonna do it. Um, so I'm really, really strongly feeling. I think I said in my last video that it really feels like there's a split, and that in my reality and what I was experiencing was completely different to what I was seeing on Facebook. You know, all the shelves, like, you know, even a day ago, I went to the shops and all the shelves are fully stacked. Everything's available, toilet roll too, and you know, I'm not having my reality is not the reality that I am seeing on social media. And it's a very strange experience to see all these people posting about all these empty shelves and how the place is totally deserted, and then to experience something completely different where people are just going around normally. The shops are full, and you know, everything you want is available. So yeah, I shared that I think in my last video, and basically the word I have been feeling super like high frequency, high energy. Like there was some kind of activation yesterday, and 2 days ago, and it's very much centered around my crown chakra and opening my heart. And the word corona, actually, I think it means crown. I haven't looked into that fully, but there's some connection with the word corona and crown. And I definitely have a lot going on in my crown chakra. I really feel like we're receiving a lot of energy right now if we're on the journey and we've purged out a lot of our fears, a lot of our lower density energies. We're really kind of coming into the light body right now. I did write a few notes. There's like the levels. I saw a meme, and this is really resonating for me. There's the fear, panic, 3D level of the virus, and there's like the 4D conspiracy theory kind of level. Don't trust the government. And then there's like the 5D higher perspective frequency. The way that I'm being given it is that the virus is like a frequency, and how much it's gonna be in your reality and affect you is where your frequency is at. So I actually had this backed up because the day before yesterday, I suddenly had all these panicking fears come up from somewhere. And I wasn't even sure where they came from. I don't know if it was mass consciousness or deep-rooted stuff in myself. And I just had so much like anxiety come up, and panic and fear from nowhere, because I've been super calm. And I actually started to get symptoms. Like I started to feel really weird throat, like there was too much fluid in it. I started to feel all woozy and lightheaded, and my body started aching. And then the next day, yesterday, I really felt some high frequency energies kick in. All symptoms went away, and it was just really further clarification for me that, like, the more we hook into this panic and hysteria, the more it's sort of bringing it to life. The same with like the scarcity, like the food scarcity. There is no shortage of food. Where I am in the UK, there's no shortage of food. You know, I've heard from people that work in these big supermarkets that there's so much stock, it's just they can't get it on the shelves quick enough because people are panicking and they're hoarding, and it's creating this appearance of a lack of food, which then is actually creating a lack of food, because the appearance of the lack of food and people sharing all the empty shelf pictures is creating people to go buy and panic buy. So we're actually creating a lack of food from a panic from a mindset of scarcity. So yeah, and it literally really feels like this frequency is just flowing through, and it's like, are you going to stay under the frequency of the virus, or are you going to go over the frequency of the virus? And, you know, I'm very sorry for anybody whose life coronavirus impacts, but, you know, we have to be realistic when we look at figures that, you know, there's more people dying. You know, somebody dies every 30 seconds of heart disease. A lot of that could be changed with healthier diets, you know, and really being in the high frequencies, it's just accepting what is and, you know, not being dragged into this kind of panic and hysteria, because it's not changing anything. It's actually just making the situation worse, because then we have a lack of food, and then people that really need things can't go and get it. And you're just in this like cycle of panic and drama. You know, what is. And the absolute best thing that we can all do is raise our frequency, get our immune systems firing up, like eating as healthy as possible, getting as much vitamin C as we can. You know, I'm not a doctor or even a naturopath, but, you know, just doing the sensible things for your immune system, taking the precautions you're personally intuitively told to take, you know, trying to like calm and connect to your intuition so that you know what the right thing for you to be doing is, whether that's staying at home, whether that's going out. You know, I really believe in connecting intuitively. You know, I always, if I go shopping, I connect intuitively. I know there's going to be a flow where I go, and I tend to just feel what shops to go to at what times. And so far, like I said, I've even seen toilet rolls and hand soaps and hand sanitizers, like no shortage where I'm going. But it's not my country, because other people in my country seem to be queuing around car parks. So I have no idea what's going on there. And but yeah, I'm really clearly being given the message. This is a frequency and you know, a purging, and the best place to be right now is getting your frequency in a place where you're not part of this sort of like panic that's going on. And I mean, I personally am feeling so many, you know, this is like, when you look at it from the 3D reality, you see a very different picture. But when you like feel into the higher energies of it and you see what's going on, I mean, I don't know about everybody else, but in my local community Facebook groups, there's people offering to help everybody. There's people coming together. There's, you know, people offering free food, offering to go to the supermarket for people, like people calling the elderly and checking they're okay. We've got like rotas going round. You know, we've got people really coming together, which is really what Ascension is. It's understanding that we're all one, and, you know, coming into the higher frequencies, and, you know, all being one, we see that we don't just want to like hoard all the pasta, so, you know, our fellow people can't access it. But yeah, like I really am just being guided that this is a really positive shift energetically overall on the higher levels, and that it is just, you know, connecting to that frequency and definitely not staying in the vibration of panic, fear, or even conspiracy theories, because, yeah, I mean, there's truth to it. I mean, we've probably all been through that stage. There is truth to it. Sometimes I even still read them now, but they're not the higher frequencies, because actually our government is our creation. You know, they're just showing us where society, where mass consciousness is with their duality. If we were all evolved, we would have an evolved leader. Our leader is our creation and a representation of us. They're not like the person that's in some way outside of us. And everything that's happening is a reflection of the duality and the consciousness that we have inside of us right now. So yeah, it's about just keeping on raising, keeping on getting into those higher frequencies, not connecting in or hooking into that panic. Like I said, I hooked into it for like half a day, and I felt ill. I got symptoms. And yeah, this is what I feel like I'm meant to share, and just to try and not hook in, however you find that easiest. I mean, now is a great time for, those of us on this twin flame spiritual journey, I'm sure we're all really accustomed to social distancing by now. I'm sure everybody's like me, and they are very well attuned to social distancing as it is. It's a great opportunity to paint, really trust you'll be provided for. I think everybody just seems to think, these people aren't panicking because they're privileged. I have autoimmune, and also as an artist in photography, you're the first people to go, but you have to just trust that there's, the stability comes from within. And as you go on your spiritual journey, you learn that the trust is inside of you, it's not outside. And whatever's going on, as long as you're balanced inside, you'll be provided for. And there's so many people in groups like helping people and coming together as a community right now. Like if you're really, struggling, tap into those resources, and I really feel this is a big shift into oneness and about people kind of seeing that, we're all kind of in this together, and we are all one from the same place. I had one more thing that I felt like I was going to say, but can't remember now. Use this time rather than panicking and then in a few months' time thinking, God, I wish I'd have done something with that time. Panic is going to gets people nowhere, but it's time to learn a new skill or do the things that you've really wanted to do for a long time. I'm sure everybody watching this video is very used to isolating, and we're not in that stage. In the UK, we can, we've got multi-dimensions running. We've got some people that go into concerts and like full on living life as normal. We've got people that are not leaving their houses and self-isolating. We really have it all going on here. But if we do go under a lockdown, I think most of us have gotten very used to being locked in with our own selves and having to really go within and entertain ourselves. And it's a time to paint, a time to write, a time to meditate, to read books. You can always view a situation from so many angles, and the situation is, I always am about accepting what is, but not hooking into it, not hooking into the emotions around it. You accept the situation for what is, and then, you calmly follow your intuition for the way forwards, because you can't change what is, but you can completely change your emotional reaction, which will then change what is. I felt like sharing this, and I hope everyone's doing okay, and do whatever. There's lots of natural recipes out there and stuff for really boosting your immunity, getting your immune system high. I really think that's the way to go. Oh yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's a bit of a personal part of my journey, but I went to like a spiritual activation group a couple of days ago, and it was very, very powerful for me. I had a lot of images and saw a lot of things, but I wasn't, I've never spoke light language, or I've actually heard it quite a lot and never really hooked into it. Like it's sort of been, oh yeah, that's nice, but I haven't thought a lot more. And when I heard one particular person that was leading the group speak it, I was like, oh my God, that feels like home. And although we are all one, you know, I do actually, I do, there is still something in the starseeds for me. And I, last night just started, I felt really high frequencies. I felt my crown chakra exploding, and I just started talking light language for like half an hour straight, which is something that I've never done before. So, yeah, something's definitely shifting. For me, I think I just hadn't really heard Pleiadian light language, which is where I have a real resonance to. And yeah, we are all one, but I really do believe, you know, some of us have spent time in these various places and we hold memories from these places, and there seems to be something really impactful, I think, because there's a higher frequency there. You know, when we connect into the light language from the frequencies that we've spent time, if we have, then it's kind of accessing straight to our, you know, subconscious and our soul, rather than kind of going through the filter of the ego. And I think maybe that's what's very powerful about it. But yeah, I feel that I really needed to pass this message on, and, you know, yeah, just look after yourselves, everyone, and speak soon.